let's go back to the beginning a bit. I read that you were kind of always interested in acting at an early age, but you decided not to jump on it right away. Why?
Yeah, because I grew up in a place northeast of England. My parents used to pile myself and my two brothers off to a Saturday morning picture show for the kids. So I saw actors were always like up there on the silver screen. They were like other people. It didn't seem possible at all that, or probable, or anything that it could be a world that I could inhabit. So I didn't tell anybody, and ended up going to art school. Ended up doing a different sort of job, but it was still there. And I came to London with the job. I was an interior designer in an architectural practice and all this, but I'd go to theatre on my own, I'd go to cinema, I'd just feed the beast, as it were. I thought it was like my alter ego, and that if I fed it enough, it would just keep quiet and go away, but it didn't. And I finally met an Australian actor who I finally talked to him about all this, and he was the one who put me onto a theatre school, and I went there, and after the first week I knew that I was sunk. I was I had to try this. There was no guarantees, but I had to give it a shot. Tremendous school. Didn't expect to get in, but I did, and that was a real blessing. It was like, when you're on the roller coaster, you just got to hang on. And life swept me along into it, and started work almost immediately as I left, and since then has been able to make my living being an actor.
Was there one moment I read also that, did you see John Malkovich in a play?
I did, yeah. I was one of my forays into the West End. I got a £10 standing room only ticket and saw a play, Burn This, and John Malkovich was in it, and I stood there at the back and I had this bridge, this realization, the first time it ever happened, where the bridge between me and the play that was being performed in front of me was just boom, so everything else ceased to exist. That was one of the reinforcing moments.
So you did a lot of TV.
I've done a lot of TV, done a little bit of West End theatre and stuff like this, and some smaller bits in movies. And
how does The Punisher get dropped in your lap?
Well, basically, I went for a meeting at Marvel, and they were casting the Hulk at that moment. And I wasn't up for the part of the David Banner part. It hadn't been, I don't think it had been cast yet. I was up for his nemesis. And then they cast Ed Norton, and they went for Tim Roth as nemesis. So the job didn't happen for me, but I met Louis Leterrier, the director, and some of the producers at Marvel and everything, which was, it was great. It was a lovely meeting, and we had a great time. And then later on, one of the producers at Marvel puts my name forward to Lexi when she's thinking about casting this, because Marvel are doing a collaboration with Lionsgate on this, and puts my name forward. She goes, "Well, who's this? I don't watch TV." So he hands her a copy of a few episodes of Rome. She watches an episode of Rome and just goes, "There's Frank Castle. That's my Frank Castle." All this was I didn't know anything about, and I get the phone call coming through my agent saying, "This director has decided that you will be Frank Castle. You're not allowed to." She was on the phone. She says, "You're not allowed to turn this down. You're not allowed to say no. If you've got any problems, I haven't explained it to you, but I will, and you will be doing this." So it's just, there isn't a hard and fast way to anything, any casting working at all. So, but this is just the way this one turned out.
When you walk into like a Punisher, you got the comic following. There's been two other movies made. Yeah. Does that challenge you more as an actor? Does that worry you more as an actor, or you just go, it's a clean slate?
It's an absolute clean slate, and whenever I go into anything, it's like your script has got to be the bedrock, the foundation. Its source material, which is the Max series, is like such an untapped mind, which is just bristling with anything and everything you need. It's all there, and you go in and you stay true to the material. It's not jumping through hoops for anybody, and that means the producers or the director. You've got to be true to the material and true to the character you're playing. And we've gone out there and done it, and I'm very pleased with what I did. Very, I'm satisfied with where we got to. Never completely satisfied, because obviously I think there's places we can still go. There's a lot of places we can go with this. If it works and if it does the figures, hopefully we'll get a chance to come back and continue Frank's journey.
Appreciate the time. Thank you.
No worries.